Hello children, how are you? Hope all of you are safe and fine at home. Today we are going to study about the components of food. Please keep a rough book and pencil with you. You can write down the points, or if any doubts you can write down. Okay, let's continue. Components of food. Before studying the components, we concentrate on the food. What is food? When we talk about the food, food is nothing but whatever we eat or drink, right? So, does only people or animals require food? No. Even plants also require food. Okay, for what purpose we are eating food? The purpose of food, what? Mainly for the energy, right? We want energy. So, for the energy purpose, also the second one for the health. Okay, the third point for the growth. So, the food is mainly important for the growth, energy and healthy. Okay, when we talk about the food, it is nothing but nutritious substance which we eat or drink and the plants absorb through roots. It's called as a food. So now sources of food. Which and all sources are there? See, one is animal products and second one is the plant products. Means the dishes we are eating, we are getting both from animal as well as plant products. For example, if you go to the hotel or any restaurants, you will order for the veg thali, non-veg thali, right? So, it having both animal and plant products. Which and all animal products? Fish, meat, egg, milk, etc. In the plant products, we can see grains, all your rice, wheat, ragi and all kinds of vegetables and fruits. Okay. Now, let's come back to the definition of food again. It is a nutritious substance, right? So, that's why it is also called as nutrients. When we talk about the food, to prepare any dish, mainly what is important? The ingredients you require, right? See, without any ingredients, how you can prepare any dish? It's not possible. So, once again these ingredients you will get from the animal and plant products. For example, if you want to prepare one chapati, which and all ingredients you require? For chapati, you require wheat flour, then water, also oil, right? So, minimum 3 ingredients you require to prepare a chapati. Same way if you are preparing some other dish, for example rice, if you want to prepare, you need rice grains and water. So, minimum 2 ingredients you require to prepare any dishes. So, these same way these ingredients also we will get from either from the animal products or plant products. So, now food is important for us for our growth, energy and healthy life. So, whatever food we are eating, it containing certain nutrients, right? So, that's why it is called as nutrients. So, there are few components are in these nutrients. So, we are going to study that in this chapter, components of food. Now, let us come to the components of food. Okay. As you studied in the food is important for what? Growth, energy and healthy, right? the useful substance in food which help us to grow, which gives us energy and which keeps us healthy, that substance also called as a nutrients. These nutrients are divided into various types. So that is called components. So here I have written 7 components: carbohydrates, proteins, fat, vitamins, minerals, water, fiber or roughage. So these are the main components of food which we are eating. So let's study one by one. The first one is the carbohydrates. The components of food, the first one is carbohydrates. The carbohydrates are main source of energy. For our body, it is important source of energy. Our digestive system changes carbohydrate into glucose, which is nothing but blood sugar. Means whichever food or dishes we are eating, the carbohydrates present in that food is a important source for our energy. So whatever food we are eating, our digestive system changes the carbohydrates present in that food into glucose. So why these carbohydrates are important? Because the energy for the cells, tissues and organs. The food, carbohydrate rich food what we are eating, it gives us one energy. Also it gives energy for the our tissues, cells and organs. The extra sugar, what happens we eat if there is more carbohydrates? How much it required? It will take the remaining sugar, it will stored in a liver. So that stored energy, it will be useful whenever we require extra energy. For example, one simple example I will give. You are getting late for your school bus. So you are just slowly walking, but you see your bus and you just start running. So that suddenly your body react fast. That energy comes suddenly. Or in athletics you must have seen. While they run with the force, they will run. That extra energy they get in their body. So that energy it will be stored in a form of sugar in our liver. Okay, so the carbohydrates nothing but it is an important source of energy. So this glucose, it is present in two forms. One is starch and one more is sugar. So you must have seen athletics during the sports meet, they will eat glucose for the extra energy, means it will convert instant energy they will get. Now let us come to the important source of carbohydrates, the carbohydrate rich food. Which and all? Vegetables and fruits, legumes. Legumes means all your beans, lentils, what we say bele kalugalu. Next, rice. Last one, grains. Grains means all kinds of grains. For example, wheat, barley, ragi, all the millets, everything comes under this grain. So these are the common carbohydrate rich food. Okay, now there is a small activity in your test book. Test for starch, means whether our food containing carbohydrates or not. So we are going to do the test for starch. For this you require small quantity of any food items, also 2 to 3 drops of dilute iodine solution. So what will happen when we take any food sample and we'll put 2 to 3 drops of iodine solution, the color changes into blue or black, that means there is a presence of carbohydrates in that food. So like this you can do different food items you can take and you can test for the starch. So here there will be a small video for that activity, please go through it properly.
We know that Food item contains different components like carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, and minerals. Let us test different food items for the presence of starch, which is a form of carbohydrates. Here, we have taken a potato sample and dilute iodine solution. Test the food item with few drops of iodine solution on food sample and observe. We can see that the part of food with iodine solution turns to a blue-black color. A blue-black color indicates the presence of starch. Similarly, test the presence of starch on different food samples. In this activity, we found that some food items contain starch and some do not.
So, the second main component of food is proteins. These proteins are very much important for our growth and repair of our body. If anything cell got damaged in our body, the proteins will help to repair that. So, that is why it is also called as bodybuilding food. It is also help in repairing the worn out tissues. If any tissues or cell get damaged, the proteins will help to repair that. Also, what will happen if there is no proteins in our food? The cells will be get damaged. Later it leads to the different health issues. It is also helps to formation of hair and nails. You must have seen when you cut your nails or cut your hair, it will grow, right? So, that is because the presence of the proteins. That is why proteins are called as a bodybuilding food. The proteins are bodybuilding food, right? So, now let us see which are the important source of proteins in our daily diet. So, there are two types. One is from the animal source, animal products, animal proteins will call, and another one is the plant proteins, means through plant products we are getting. So, which and all animal products? Milk, cheese, paneer, egg, fish, meat, etc. These are all the animal source of proteins, and the plant source is pulses of beans, all the pulses of beans, also nuts, peas, etc. So, these are the two different types of source of proteins. Now, next comes to the test for proteins. How we will find out whether the food we are eating, the protein is present in that or not. So, there is a small activity in your textbook, test for proteins. So, for this you require a small quantity of food item, any food item you can take. If it is liquid, okay. If it is solid food item, then you have to crush that food and put 10 drops of water to that food, make it a solution. If it is solid, make it a solution. Then for that solution you have to add 2 to 3 drops of copper sulphate and 10 drops of caustic soda and shake well. What will happen? The food in a test tube, it converts its color into violet. Then there is a presence of protein in that food. So, like this you can take different food items and you can do the test for proteins. So, you have a activity video for the test of proteins, you can go through it.
We know that food item contains different components like carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, and minerals. Let us test different food items for the presence of proteins. Here, we have taken groundnut powder, water, copper sulfate solution, and caustic soda. Take groundnut powder in a test tube. Add some water to make it like paste. Now, add few drops of copper sulfate and shake well. Add a few drops of caustic soda and observe the color of the solution. We can see that the food sample solution color changes to violet. Violet color indicates the presence of proteins. Similarly, test the presence of proteins on different food samples. In this activity, we found that some food items contain protein and some do not.
Major component is fat. It is also a main source of energy. Mainly it gives more energy than the carbohydrates. Also it adds taste and texture to our food. Means you must have seen all the oily food, bakery items you like to eat, no? All the chocolate pastries or the your chakuli kodibale, whatever your moms prepares, all the fried items. It all comes under this fatty food. So it adds taste and texture to the food. Means to eat it is very tasty. The next important of fats are, it helps to absorb the fat soluble vitamins. So later you are going to study about the vitamins. So it helps to absorb the few kinds of fat soluble vitamins in our body. It is also a major storage form of energy. What will happen? See, fat is important for our body but not in a large quantity. If you eat more fatty food, we'll get obesity. Obesity is nothing but it is caused by eating too much and your body is not having any exercise. You will become fat day by day. It is an extra fat. So the fat is nothing but it is a fuel source of energy. Means you have to burn it. You have to do exercise, you have to work to burn our fat. So what will happen if we consume much fat items and if our body is not losing that, then we will get a obesity. Obesity is a kind of, is not major problem but in few cases it is a major problem in our daily health. When you consume much or high amount of energy, in the form of fat foods, and if you not lose that energy through exercise or any physical activity, if your body is not doing any physical activity, then that extra energy is stored in the form of fat. So later it lead to the obesity. Now let us see the main source of fat food. All the meats and seafood, means your fish, prawn, etc., and all the cheesy, butter, ghee, all chocolate cakes, also oils and nut. So all your bakery products, for example. So these all are the fat foods. So to find whether a food containing fat or not, so for that also one more activity is there in your book, test for fat. So for this you have to take small quantity of food items, wrap it in a piece of paper and crush it. After that you just hold it to the light and see if there is any oil patches, then that food is containing fat. Sometimes what happens, the food is having the water in that, correct? In that case, after crushing the paper, keep that for dry. After that you hold it for the light. This is a test for fat. So for this activity also you are having one video, please go through it, and the remaining components will study in the next class. Thank you.
We know that food item contains different components like carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins and minerals. Let us test different food items for the presence of fats. Here we have a sample of dried coconut. Crush it by wrapping with a paper. Now open the paper and observe. We can see that there is an oily patch. Sometimes it may just be water. So dry it for some time and observe. We can see that oily patch is intact. This indicates that the food sample contains the fat component. Similarly, test the presence of fats on different food samples. In this activity, we found that some food items contain fat and some do not.